Hello and welcome back to Community Connections. I'm your host, Kevin Bargender. Today I'm joined by Dawn Peterson and Brandi Berg from the Whitehall Chamber of Commerce. Welcome both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So today we're here to talk about the Beef and Dairy Days annual event. Do you want to give me some dates and times and some details of what's going on this year?
Sure. I'm also on the Beef and Dairy Days board as well. I do all the social media and secretary for that, so that's what puts me more in the know for all that is Beef and Dairy Days. So it is happening, coming quick, less than a month. So August 14th through 17th is when it is. Thursday kicks off with the Miss Whitehall pageant, and then they announce the Citizen of the Year and the photo contest. There's a photo contest sponsored by the Lions, and they announced that winner as well.
And what does the Beef and Dairy Days kind of mean to each of you?
Beef and Dairy Days for me is really a chance to get together with your neighbors, with as a community, just kind of a fun gathering event.
You know, there's a little something for everyone, and being part of putting this weekend together, I just like to see people enjoying themselves, getting the community out and about, and you know, there's not a lot that brings everyone of all ages together, so that's what I like.
And what's your favorite part of the weekend?
Oh, for me, I just like to get out there. I take a lot of pictures, do a lot of things, just being involved. But I know a lot of people like a pedal tractor pull on Friday night. That gets a huge crowd. All kinds of kids going. It's for any age though. So they were going till after 9 o'clock on last year on that Friday, so and it starts at 6. So if you can imagine, that's a lot of people. So a lot of people like that. Cork and Pork is another one. We have all kinds of brews and wines, and we'll have some other drinks available, different beers and things. And then we have all the cheese. We get all this cheese donated. So many different kinds that people can try, and then let's not forget the ribs. That's my favorite part personally. There's 5 different ribs to try, and then you get to vote for the best, and then there's running of the beef. That's how we start out our Saturday. That's hosted by Amplify Health. Another great thing. Cornhole tournament is newer. I think that'll be the 3rd year that they've done that. So that is on Abrams Street. I think they've had, quite a few people playing, but there's definitely room for more. So. And this year we have someone special coming in to sing on Saturday night, Casey Johns. Now, if you look her up on her Facebook or website, she is traveling all over the U.S. I kind of, looked at her profile, and she's done things from singing on a Carnival cruise to Dollywood. And she's all over the U.S. touring. So she happened to be in Door County, and we got her to come on Saturday night playing from 8 to 12.
Was there something that you were excited about this year as well?
Fun fair, I bet.
Or favorite part?
Yeah. So as a mom of 4, I love anything that's like kid related. So we kind of kick off the Beef and Dairy Day celebration with the Miss Whitehall pageant. I have a daughter. A couple years ago, they started doing like a kids dance event instead of Miss Whitehall. And so they choreographed, the girls practice for an entire week ahead of time. So they put a lot of time and dedication into it. And it's really fun to see. And then, Friday night we head down for the tractor pull, which is it's incredible how big it is.
Yeah.
It's
so
massive.
much fun.
Yeah, it's so
Everyone
fun.
has so much fun.
And then Saturday, we have the fun fair going on. And so that started a few years ago as when we found out there was no longer a carnival in town, a group of us got together and we're like, hey, we should do something for the community. And so we put together this kids event, and all of the funds raised the last 2 years have stayed local and went into the new park down at Larson Park in Whitehall, and for the new playground equipment. This year, this spring, we purchased the playground equipment, and so we were able to continue the event with it being completely free. So it's a free event. We've got bounce houses. We've got over 20 businesses that are going to be setting up tents. We'll have games with prizes, different things like that. So that's from 11 to 2 on Saturday for the kids. And then on Sunday, we love the Grand Parade. The Whitehall Grand Parade is huge. It's fun. There's just a variety of people who attend in the parade, and like the floats are just really fun to see what everyone throws together. So it's kind of a nice way to wrap up the weekend.
Bucky Badger's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
And Bucky comes to the event tent afterwards, and he is funny to watch. He has quite the antics going on with families.
And Piano Man.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Piano Man is so great.
So that's right after the parade. So however long the parade lasts, you go down to the event tent, enjoy some entertainment. So.
Well, I can't forget bingo. I love bingo.
If I had time during that weekend, I would love bingo, but I don't. Maybe one of these days.
Yeah, and it's such a well-loved event that happens that the Lions Club puts on. Yeah.
So what do you think like an event like Beef and Dairy Days means to the local community?
I think it's a chance to connect with your neighbors, truly, and get to know some of your neighbors. You know, I think as time changes and people move in and out of town or come back to town to visit, it's a big weekend for people to come back to see what's happening in the community. But yeah, I think just like getting to know your neighbor.
I agree, you know, and everyone knows it's that third week in August, so they plan class reunions around it, get-togethers, everything like that, come into town. But let's not forget, they come in for the food. We have a great food stand at great prices. You know, we have chicken, hot beef, brats. We really get a good crowd for that as well.
And then the milkshakes as well. I'm
Oh,
assuming.
FFA milkshakes, those are so good. I'm sure they're probably slinging those at the Trempealeau County Fair.
Yeah.
And now the bandstand's been done for a couple of years now. Do you plan on kind of using that again this year?
Not that I know of yet. I haven't
It's
heard
kind
of
of
anything.
a focal point
Yeah.
though for the community for the event. I see a lot of people doing photos at the bandstand. It's a great photo op, and it's kind of the like center hold really for Beef and Dairy Days in general. So whether the bandstand wants to be a part of Beef and Dairy Days or not, it just kind of naturally is.
And then you said for the fun fair, this is the second year you're doing it, is that right?
Third year.
Third year, okay.
Yep.
Third year.
It just keeps kind of getting bigger, and the fire truck comes down. The Whitehall Utilities, they're bringing a truck down, and yeah, it's just a really great time.
It's a great event, and thank you, Brandi, for putting that together and finding all these supporters of that event.
Yeah.
And then we talked about a little bit earlier that, you know, Bucky Badger's coming for the parade.
Yes.
Is there any other new or exciting pieces to the parade this year that are different from last year maybe?
Not that I've heard yet, so you just never know. I forgot to talk about happy hour. We have happy hour on Friday just to kick off the event tent with reduced price drinks from 5 to 7. And then Sage plays from 7 to 11. So they're always good to watch.
And then I'm assuming there's a cost of admission for both of those?
Yeah, for the Friday and Saturday night bands, yes, there's a wristband. You just purchase it once, and that's it.
And that's sort of a newer feature, as in the past it was mostly buttons, but now we're going to wristbands.
You know, we never knew how many buttons, and there'd be all these extras, so then you have all that waste, and most people want to throw away, and the cost to them. So the wristbands are just easier.
We always have really great bands at Beef and Dairy Days.
This, like I said, this KC Johns will be interesting to see.
And I see the Doghouse Bar and Grill is doing their
Yes.
burnout contest again. We got a little footage of it last year. Do you anticipate it going, you know, fairly well like it did last year, and maybe more participation?
I hope so. You know, and they also have a motorcycle show. So.
Oh, that's right. Yep,
Yeah,
on the
right,
street.
Right. I just hope it's not too hot. That 2 years ago, was it 2 years ago? That was
Oh, yes.
almost 100 degrees. So that's, you know, hope for just, you know, nice 80 degrees.
So if people want to get involved with Beef and Dairy Days, or if they want to support it or volunteer at it, how can they do that?
Oh, goodness, yes. We could always use volunteers. We could use help with anything. So we have a Facebook page. You can message there. You can come see me at Royal Credit Union. Stop by if you see Brandi around. just let us know, and we'd love any type of support.
And I think just even if, like Dawn was mentioning beforehand, was if anybody has ideas that they want to see happen during the weekend,
Yes.
That those ideas are welcome.
Right, like the
To do
cornhole.
anything.
Right, so the cornhole tournament is actually my brother-in-law and nephew that put that on. They
Oh,
said, "Yeah, we'd
nice.
like to do this cornhole tournament." Okay, what time? And I put it on the calendar and put out an event for them. Same with the motorcycle show. That's the Doghouse leading that, Jay Sample. So that's how these events happen. It's just someone that has that passion to get it done, like Brandi did for the fun fair, and implements it.
And how hard is the organizing of all this?
I think everyone has their own part,
Yeah.
and to be honest, we have it down to a science now.
Good.
People know what part they're responsible for, so I think it goes well.
Yeah. I think it takes many hands.
Yep.
I don't think one.
Yeah.
It's not like one person or one organization or anything like that. I think it just
That's
takes
right.
everybody
Mhm.
kind of jumping in and, aces in their places.
That's
as Dawn
right.
says.
I always say that. But even people from the community, like the cornhole tournament, they just have a passion for that and put it on. So everyone has their. I forgot to talk about the fast pitch tournament.
Mhm.
That gets a good crowd too.
It is, yeah.
That's
I don't really know much about that, but
And it's at the
I
Larson
always,
Park.
yeah, I'm not at that stage of life yet. So. Yeah.
Was there anything else that we haven't covered yet that you want to talk about for Beef and Dairy Days?
I'd like to say thanks, to everybody who attends the events or, plays a part in making the weekend happen. I think it's a crucial part to our community, and, to see a community of our size still be able to put on a 3-day, 4-day weekend of events is really incredible. And I think that's something that maybe goes a little bit unnoticed of that we're really fortunate in our small community to be able to provide that for our residents.
Yeah. I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors. Also, in addition to our volunteers, if we didn't have sponsors, we wouldn't have the funds to make this happen. So thank you for that. And I just hope everyone comes out, and whatever piece interests them, they get out and enjoy.
And if people want to see a list of all the events for themselves, where can they go to see that?
The Facebook page is pretty active, so keep an eye on that, and you'll be up to date.
And there's posters all around the area as
All
well,
around.
I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, I'd like to thank Dawn and Brandi for coming down from the Whitehall Chamber. And I'm your host, Kevin Bargender, and we'll see you next time on Community Connections.